All right, guys. So, another video already, but there are some things we need to discuss this week and just kind of prepare you for. Um, One of those things I just want to talk about briefly again is the peer review process we're going to be using this week for the memo assignment. It seems like most of you have got that pretty well figured out just based on what I'm seeing from Connect. It looks like a few of you have already turned in your rough draft, which is excellent. Um, Now it just is on your partner to review that draft, get into Connect, review that draft, leave their critique. There are 5 questions at the top here. Let me see if I can't show you. Jenny, I am going to use you as an example here. I won't actually show much of your memo. I really just want to show these right here. Okay, so when you get in here to do the peer review of the memo, there's going to be 5 questions at the top that you're going to have to answer. Okay, you need to answer those 5 questions. You need to consider these 5 questions when you are doing the peer review. Also, utilize the rubric that's provided. That is going to be the rubric is literally a guideline for how do I obtain the grade that I wish to obtain on this assignment. Follow those guidelines. I've made them fairly simple. So utilize these 5 questions and also utilize the rubric to do this peer review. Again, I'm going to remind you guys just one last time, I am serious about these peer reviews. I hope that you guys are too. It is so important that you guys are reviewing each other's work back and forth. It's always good to have a second set of eyes. And with this online class, we need to be engaging with each other. This is the kind of class where, I'll be quite honest, sometimes I feel like the online students for this class in particular miss a lot because there's so much interaction that happens in the seated course and you guys don't quite get that. So this semester, my effort, I know it's maybe a little bit of a pain in the butt to do all these pack-back posts and replies to each other and all this peer review, but these are the things that are happening in the seated class, and I want them to happen in this online class too, and so far you guys are absolutely killing it. So just a reminder, all of the peer review and turning in your submissions, your rough draft, your peer review draft, your final draft, your rough draft and your final draft are really the 2 that you got to turn in. Those are all done through Connect this week. The peer review is done through Connect this week. We're going to be able to track that easier. And just a reminder, if you don't participate in the peer review process, it's an automatic 10-point deduction from your participation score at the end of the semester. I'm stating that again, just so that you guys, there are no questions or qualms about this at the end of the semester. We know what's happening right up front. Okay, so you guys know how I'm grading this portion of your participation grade. Okay, so basically, if you don't participate in the peer reviews, the likelihood of getting an A is significantly lower in this class. Okay, you can still do it, but you're going to have to pretty much nail everything else. So moving on, I don't want you guys to feel like I'm, being too mean to you about that. I just want to stress the importance of it. Okay, so one other thing I want to make note of really quickly here. You'll notice, and some of you may have noticed, that we changed the course calendar around a little bit. So here in week 5, we were going to be doing external letters, I believe. We have switched those weeks. We will now be doing resumes in week 5. Okay. We're going to be working on our resumes. We're going to be submitting drafts of our resumes. That also means that one thing I want from you guys, and I'm going to ask that you guys do, is contact the Career Center here on campus. You can contact them through email or give them a call, or I believe you can go through Handshake and get a hold of them and set up a time to have your resume reviewed by them. Okay. Now, I will tell you that, let me hold this flyer up really quickly here and show you guys. That way, if some of you are on campus and you have the opportunity to attend this, and I will post about this again in the announcement section, I will post just a written announcement. I know not everybody's watching these videos. They should be, but not everybody is. So I will post this again on Blackboard. But the Career Center is holding a Resume Madness event on February 16th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. in Glass Hall. Okay, it's in the atrium in front of the Career Center, so the fancy side of Glass Hall, if you're familiar with it, over by Einstein's Bagels and all that, where the big stairs are. That's where they'll be holding it. They're going to have employers there, Career Center staff there, and they're going to be reviewing and critiquing your resumes. Okay, so if you bring it to the second floor of the Glass Hall atrium, just walk in. You don't need to register. You don't need an appointment, but they would prefer that you register for it on Handshake, I'm assuming. And go in, have a professional review your resume, okay? If you cannot attend on campus, please schedule something with the Career Center, set up a Zoom call and send them a copy of your resume, something, so that you can get your resume reviewed virtually, all right? I'm asking you guys all to do this. If for whatever reason, and it's got to be a pretty good reason, you don't get it reviewed by the Career Center that week, the week of the 16th, Anna, Elaine, and myself are always happy to review your resumes, okay? Just send it to the Accounting Writing Lab and we'll review it. I would prefer for this that your initial review comes from the Career Center because they've got employers there. That's the big thing, okay? They've got employers, the people that are going to be hiring you guys are looking at your resumes and telling you exactly what they want to see on them, okay? That's why I would prefer you to go through the Career Center. Okay, so if you got any questions about that, please feel free to email me or set up a Zoom call with me. I am happy to answer those. So that means next week, the 7th, what we're going to be talking about is academic integrity and ethics. Now, the seated class has a presenter. Her name is Katie Stinnett. She works in I don't remember what the actual name of the department is, but she's basically the head of academic integrity here at Missouri State University. And she gives a great presentation on ethics and academic integrity, and it bums me out that you guys don't get to be there to see the presentation. However, I have contacted Katie to see if she is okay with me recording her presentation that day in class and then posting the video and her slideshow to Blackboard for you guys to watch. Now, if I do that, I want you guys to watch this video, okay? I want you guys to watch this presentation. That will basically be your assignment on Monday, okay, the 7th. That week, at some point in that week, watch the presentation, okay? I will do with you guys what I'm doing for the seated class. And only if Katie is okay with me recording. I haven't heard back from her yet. But what I will do, and I will post the guidelines for this, I will offer extra credit opportunity if you submit questions for Katie, and I will try to ask some of those questions in class, okay, during her presentation, or possibly prior to that, and see if she'll let me record her responses. Now, I will post the guidelines for how I'll divvy out that extra credit for you guys. But it would be due this Sunday, the 6th. Those questions would be due to me on Sunday, the 6th. Okay, so again, be looking on Blackboard. You know, you should be, with an online class, you should be checking Blackboard every day, several times a day, probably, if we're being honest. So check Blackboard for the requirements for those questions. Right now, I believe that's it. I'll try to keep it pretty short here, less than 10 minutes, so not too bad. You guys don't have to listen to me talk for 2 hours a week, maybe 30 minutes a week, so sometimes you luck out. But I will cut it off here. Again, if you have any questions or concerns, just shoot me an email or set up a Zoom session with me. I'm happy to talk to you guys. Always happy to talk to you guys. All right, I will talk to you later. Bye.